Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to Tìandtarot. So today's reading is all about your next partner. This is a pick a pile reading, and today we have 3 piles. We have pile 1, 2 and 3. Pile 1 has a white conch shell heart. Pile 2 is a bag of dried flowers. And pile 3 is a lepidolite heart. Once you've selected your pile, there will be a timestamp in the description box below for you to find your reading more easily, and I will meet you there. Okay, hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. So this is all about your next partner, so let's get into your cards. So you have the Fool, you have the Six of Summer in reverse, which is essentially the Six of Cups. You have I'm filled with creativity and embrace my personal power with honey calcite. This also says creativity, joy, energizing. And it also has Leo, Cancer and Pisces. You also have I am clear, grounded and determined to manifest my dreams with smoky quartz, with removes negativity, grounding, transformation, detoxifying, and you have Scorpio and Capricorn. You also have the Knight of Cups in reverse, and you also have the Clitoris in reverse. Okay, so what I feel like I'm kind of getting straight away is that you may have somebody in your life currently, or you might eventually meet them soon, and this person, you've invested a lot of time into the relationship with them, you've invested a lot of time trying to get to know them, and eventually that hard work does pay off. You do end up being in a relationship with them because this is the next person that you're going to be with. So this hard work does pay off, but the thing is, you have to pay attention to the fact that that might cause an imbalance because you've kind of put so much effort into getting to know this person, trying to make them like you, trying to impress them. You've not really paused and thought about whether or not they care about impressing you, if they care about getting to know you, or whether they're just flattered by the attention. So this feels like a really physical relationship, a very enjoyable, exciting relationship, but it doesn't feel equal. It feels very unbalanced, and you kind of need that harmony. You need that balance in order to feel joy, in order to feel like who you are. You know, you're a very expressive person, and so you tend to get swept up in your own feelings. So for example, if you're really loving, you then tend to believe that your relationship is very loving and that this is reciprocated, but really you're kind of blindsided by your own good nature, good personality and good intentions with your partner, and you tend to think that that is reciprocated when it's not. So it's important to pay attention to that, because I feel like you feel like this person is kind of your knight in shining armor, that this is the right person for you, you guys are really connected, but I think you care way more than this person does. And they're not willing to put the effort in, and you have to pay attention to that because you deserve so much more. You know, you deserve to be with somebody who is going to put the effort in, who will love you for who you are and also want to impress you as much as you want to impress them, who's willing to kind of put the amount of work in that you've already put into this relationship. You want to be with someone who's willing to do all that same stuff for you, you know? And I just don't feel like this is that person. I feel like the relationship itself is really fun. So whether or not, they're more serious about this is kind of, I just feel like it's kind of not important, because I feel like so long as you know that they're not serious and that they're not going to take this relationship seriously, then that's a good way to avoid the hurt. But with the Fool card here as well, I definitely feel like you're going to kind of go into this willfully ignorant, thinking you're going to embark on this great adventure, and then you fall off of the cliff. You get your heart broken because you're going to really like this person and invest a lot into them, and they're just not reciprocating it. And that doesn't mean they don't like you, they definitely do. It's just that they don't like you to the same extent that you like them, and that's not fair. That's not an equal relationship. It feels a lot more physical as opposed to loving. And so, in that sense, I feel like you will really enjoy the relationship in that element. You will enjoy, like, the pleasure aspect of this relationship and the time you guys spend together. But there's a lot of heartbreak because you just don't feel appreciated in the way that you should be. And you're correct in saying that they don't appreciate you. It's important, in order to keep that kind of harmony and keep sort of an equal balance. It doesn't mean that you need to stop being like this amazing, loving person who invests a lot into relationships. Not at all. Like, fully embrace who you are and be who you are. But in order to have that kind of equal harmony between yourself and this person, it's really important that you don't lose yourself to this relationship. So it's fantastic that you're very invested. That's great. But don't then let the other things you love in your life and the other things you're interested in fall to the sideline. So, for example, if you spend Thursdays and Fridays hanging out with your friends at a certain group situation, say you have a rugby club or something, or say you go to like tennis or something with your friends, don't then let that kind of fall to the sideline and be like, oh, actually, I'm going to hang out with my partner on Thursday and Friday because I just want to spend as much time with them as possible. Because if you overinvest yourself into this person and jeopardize friendships, hobbies, work projects, things that you enjoy, in order for this relationship to fully encompass you, you're going to lose yourself in it. So it's really important that while it's great that you have invested like so much time into trying to get to know this person, that's not a bad thing. This is definitely a reminder to not get too caught up in it. Don't get too swept up in this journey. This is definitely a really important relationship for you to experience, because it's important to changing your mindset, especially about yourself, to sort of embrace your personal power and recognize who you are and what you deserve. And in order to manifest your dreams, you definitely need to experience this relationship, because you will see the things you definitely do like and the things you don't like, and you can take that moving forward. Because I definitely feel like you don't necessarily have a problem with the fact that they are not too serious. I feel like you are okay with that because you don't mind, because of the benefits that you get from this connection. So it's not the worst thing in the world that, they're not as invested as you. But I feel like you would go into it almost telling yourself you don't care, and you genuinely do feel that way and believe that in the beginning. But the more time you spend with them, the more you risk, enduring that heartbreak, because you realize this person doesn't have those feelings and you're out here spending every second with them. So essentially, this reading is what I'm kind of getting is like, try to maintain balance in your life so that you don't get swept up by this person. Try to stay on top of like your hobbies, time with your friends and family, your work life, everything that you genuinely enjoy doing in your spare time. Keep on top of that, and also keep a small space in your life for this person as well. But don't let them take over everything, because, they don't really need that. If they're not going to do that for you, then you don't need that. Okay. So this is Algiz, this rune, which is essentially about like love and protection. So I feel like I don't feel like this person is a bad person. I feel like they're a great person. It's just like not a match. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not that they have bad intentions. It's just that their uh, hope of this relationship, their future goal, looks different to yours, and that's not a bad thing. So you're definitely protected in love, but it's just one of those things that you kind of need to go through, if that makes sense. I feel like you will still get a lot of benefits from this relationship, very like sensual benefits and like physical benefits, maybe even financial benefits. Maybe you guys work really are like really compatible financially, in terms of like you guys agree in terms of how to divide your money and what to spend it on, but there's just a lack of balance there. I'm getting like this rune as well is about like travel and journeying. This conch shell is also about safety and protection during your travels. And then you've also got the Fool card, which is also like an adventure, traveling, journeying. Um, and there are risks, there are pitfalls. But because you've got the protection track twice with this one, and then you've also got journeying like 3 times, I feel like you are protected, but just because you're protected, that doesn't mean that you're not going to encounter things you don't like. It just means that you will recover very quickly. So I feel like while heartbreak may be on the table with this relationship, it's not like a detrimental scenario. Like, you will recover from it and you will come out the other side happy that you got the experience and now knowing exactly what you want when you move forward. You also have T-Wars, which, I feel like you're willing to sacrifice this attraction you feel for this person for yourself, for your own personal power. So like, I feel like once you establish this relationship and once you realize, okay, they're not kind of giving me 50-50 here, you're willing, despite the fact that you have these really strong feelings for them, I think you're willing to walk away and be like, you know what, this isn't working for me. And that's like, yes, that's so brave. Like, that's such a like empowering move. And I feel like that's something you're willing to do, and that's what's coming through really strongly, is that you can do that and you will do that. You know what's right and you will always put what's right first. And then you also have Ewas. So this is really interesting because I feel like this relationship is leading to your growth as a person, especially in terms of your like wisdom, because experiences give you more wisdom. So this is definitely a relationship you needed to have, that you needed to experience, but it's actually going to help transition you into something brand new. This relationship is a transitioning one. It's that relationship where you learn like a really good lesson, and then when you move on to your next one, it's like a completely different ball game. You have entirely different experiences with this other person, with the next people that you meet because of this one. It's like this is like the relationship you have right before you find your one, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm getting like really strongly with these runes as well. Okay, now just in case you are curious about what this person looks like and who they might be, I'm going to pull a few of these. I've got like little descriptions, and I'm going to take a few from each cup. This one is about the body, and this should hopefully give you an indication of what they look like. So, for the body, you have pink white skin. You also have smells like coconut, so that could be like a specific like perfume they use or something. Extroverted introvert, so that essentially means that they're very like, they come across very social, but really they like to, decharge from a night and from people. They have very long legs, they're very leggy. And then we also have smells like cinnamon, so maybe they like drinking like a lot of cinnamony drinks or eating cinnamony food, so like chai lattes and things like that. This is more about what their potential like name could be, where they're from or places they like to travel to, the month you could meet them, that kind of thing. Okay, you have Scotland, first of all. Which is interesting. I feel like you are not in Scotland. That's just a vibe I'm getting. So I feel like maybe you meet them when you travel to Scotland, because I just feel like that's specifically where they are from, but you're not from there. Oh, we have the beach, so you could meet them on the beach at Scotland. You have Zimbabwe, and you also have new. So this is a new person. You've not met them before. It's not someone you know. And then we also have. Okay, we have museum. That's so cute. You could meet them in a museum, or you could, go to the museum with them a lot. And we also have Ghana. That's so nice. So they could be from Ghana or Zimbabwe and live in Scotland. They could be from Scotland and like to travel to Zimbabwe or Ghana. And then we've also got facial features and things like that. Okay, so we have green yellow eyes. We also have close set eyes as well. We have tats and scars, so they might have tattoos and scars. We also have heavy lidded eyes. For some reason, I heard like tribal tattoos. I don't know if that's relevant. We have expressive eyes. There's so much emphasis on their eyes. I feel like they're very striking, and that's what you notice first. They have beauty marks on their face. Half moon eyes. Yeah, definitely like really striking eyes. And they have straight teeth as well. These are all the things that you notice about them when you guys sort of first meet, and these are the things that make you like them. But yeah, that was your reading pile 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on Tìandtarot. Bye. Okay, hello my pile 2s, welcome to your reading. This is all about your next partner, so let's get into your cards. Okay, so you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. You also have the 6 of Wands in reverse. And, oh, it was like this. You also have the 4 of Wands in reverse. Interesting, okay. Then you also have the fairy ring. You have Azurite. I find wisdom and maturity through spiritual growth with awareness, empathy, and understanding. This is also Aries. Then we have the Queen of Crystals. Okay. We've also got the Empress in reverse. My gosh, there's so many cards for your one. We have the Knight of Crystals as well. We also have the Red Tent. And then we also have pregnancy in reverse. Try not to take that too literally, but we will look into that for sure. Let me try and shimmy some of these over because this is all over the place. Okay, firstly, I feel really strongly that this person has a pet. Or if you have a pet, they absolutely adore your pet. They might even bond so well that you get a bit jealous of the fact that your pet loves them more than you. Definitely not true, but if it's a cat, they might. That's just what I'm getting here. I feel like with this energy, there's a lot of success here, like a very good energy, very positive, especially with the Queen of Crystals. there's sort of like a wish fulfillment here, like a good thing is coming your way, and there's an end of a bad habit or cycle. It could be potentially that the way you behave in relationships might have been a bit toxic. Maybe you didn't talk about your feelings, or you didn't, express your needs, but in this relationship you feel like this is a safe space. Like with the red tent, you feel like this is like a talking space, and that you can actually get things off your chest, say how you feel. And so in doing that, this bad cycle is broken, of like never being heard, never talking about how you feel. You're stepping into your power. This is a very passionate relationship, so I feel like you're able to speak more of your truth, and because of that you become more of who you naturally are, especially with the Empress. um and so I feel like this relationship, in because it's so aligned, this person listens to you, they care about what you say, and they care about respecting what you need and your boundaries. That just naturally creates a lot of passion in your relationship. And so I feel like this is a very like passionate but loving relationship, very balanced in that sense. And with the Knight of Crystals as well, I definitely feel like this person approaches you. They want you. Like, and they're not gonna stop till they get that. And I feel like they really are like your knight in shining armor. Like they are definitely like, they have good intentions. They're here with good intentions. I feel like this is like your soulmate, because we've got like two people here. And then we've also got I just saw it. Where did it go? Oh yeah. I find wisdom and maturity through spiritual growth. Because of the spiritual aspect, I feel like you two are spiritually aligned. Like you two are connected, and so I do feel like this is a really good person, especially with like the two kind of wands here. The like balance of this card. I feel like this is the person for you. And the with the Four of Wands, this is about like coming together with a partner. Like this is, in this particular deck, the Four of Wands is about like entwining with somebody, which makes me feel like this is a really, like this is like a power couple energy. Like this is very powerfully connected. And both of these cards here, the Red Tent and Pregnancy, they're about creation, like getting creative. I feel like you guys are making something together. Like you're very creative, both of you, and that doesn't necessarily, that's not like exclusive to the arts. Like you could be like really creative in your job as like an IT tech or an engineer. Like there's creativity in all kinds of ways. But I feel like you guys come up with like a new and exciting approach to your relationship, and to each other, and expressing care and love for one another, that it kind of keeps this relationship nourished. It keeps it flowing. I feel like you come up with a lot of ideas specifically on your own, especially about self-growth. Like this relationship for some reason helps to unlock your own personal power, which is unusual because usually that happens on your own, not really with somebody else. But I feel like because they create this mature space where you can work through any like toxic habits and things like that, where you can speak clearly about what you want and who you are, that really helps you tap into yourself. I don't take this card too literally, but this could definitely mean babies with this next relationship, which, you know, is totally up to you. But this card is also just about like creativity and that bond between somebody else as well. So I definitely feel like this person worships you. Like they put you a bit on a pedestal, and they're like, oh my god, this person's too good for me. Let me bring them coffee in the morning every day, and like I'll, take care of them, and I'll, be there for them and do what they want and blah blah blah. But obviously I feel like you find that sweet and endearing. Like I don't feel like you're gonna be like, taking advantage of that at all. I feel like you find that really sweet. But I do also feel really strongly that you guys have pets, either together, like once you're in this relationship, you might get pets together. Maybe your version of like having a child together is to adopt a pet together. Because we've got like crows, cats, horses, like there's so much animal imagery. And there's also snakes here as well. So I feel like you guys could potentially adopt a pet together. Maybe a cat, because I feel like that's the most like, standard kind of pet you could get together. But you might also be into horses and things like that. Maybe you go for walks and feed the crows together, feed the birds, things like that. But it definitely feels like a safe space for you to talk to this person. I feel like you guys talk all the time. I just got a feeling that the creativity between you guys is that you guys tell really imaginative stories as a way to entertain each other, and you guys think it's funny. So it could be that you guys like kind of make up things together, like make up little stories. So it could be that like you guys greatly exaggerate how your day was, and the other one finds it really funny, and then from then on you both do that. I feel like you guys have a very light, playful energy that helps to keep this relationship flame burning. It helps to keep the passion there, because while you guys are mature, you don't take life too seriously. And so because you're always having like a laugh and joking and having that positive energy because of these like creative stories or creative ideas and the way you approach things, you guys are always joking and laughing. It just helps to keep this relationship together. I really feel strongly that this is like a long-term relationship. I don't know if this is your end game relationship, but I definitely feel like you will be in each other's lives forever, even if, maybe down the line you're like, oh, we're better off as friends. But I don't get that vibe, but let's just say if that is the case, I still feel like this person is like a long-term person for you. They could also be an Aries or a Sag, maybe even an Aquarius as well. Okay, so this is really interesting because you have Anzus here, which is about communication, your mouth in particular, breathing. So when it has that kind of association, it's basically talking about being calm. So basically, I feel like you had like a lot of anxieties. Maybe even you tend to bottle things up. And then that kind of destroys your connection with people because you feel kind of let down by them. But it's kind of caused by like a lack of communication. You end that toxic habit here in this relationship, and because of that, you're breathing, which means you're working on being calmer, and not feeling so anxious and stressed. You're talking, you're communicating with this person. There's emphasis on that. And then with that rune, it also has the connection to ancestral gods. So I feel like that's where you're connecting with your higher self. It's because you fixed this in this relationship. You and this person have fixed this toxic habit, and that has now caused you to tap into who you really are. Then we also have Tiwaz, which is this one here, this rune here. And I feel like with Tiwaz there's a sense of bravery. So I feel like it was really hard for you to break this cycle, to open up, to get things off your chest, to have a relationship in a more healthy way, because it's hard for you because you don't really know what response you're going to get when you try and be the mature, bigger person. But because this person really was patient with you, met you where you're at, that just fixed everything. It made you feel comfortable to continue with this like positive, healthy way of approaching your relationship. You also have Perthro with like this is like divination as well, for like fate and a quest for your own like self-knowledge. So I feel like definitely you're tapping into your power, your personal power in this relationship, and you were fated to be with this person. Because there's like a really important lesson here. It's important for you to meet this person. And this rune's also about need, what you need from a relationship, stepping into, your power, overcoming challenges, and that challenge could easily be this toxic cycle that keeps repeating itself, that you are working through and fixing. You just have to move one thing in order to break this cycle, and it will cause like a ripple effect. And this is about working through those challenges and coming out the other side better off as well. Okay, so this is like a really positive relationship. Let's look at what they look like. So this, I basically have like little like pieces of paper with physical traits on them. This one is about the body. So let's look into what they look like body-wise. Then we'll get into facial features and things like that. Okay, so they have pretty hair. They are weird. They have a slightly higher pitched voice than what you would like expect, which makes them seem like a lot less intimidating and a lot more fun. They might have like hair extensions. They might have orange hair. Orangey brown hair. We also have that they are very elegant and they're very trim. So let's get into facial features. For pile 2's next partner. Okay, we didn't get many for this one. So you have ice blue eyes. We also have heavy lidded eyes and bright eyes. Okay, so what you notice about them first is their eyes. That they must have really striking, like, beautiful eyes. This cup is more about like where you might meet them, places you guys might go for dates, the month you might meet them, their potential initials, things like that. So we've got a few here. So we have Solomon Islands. We also have Kenya. We also have Bulgaria. We have New Zealand. We have... You meet them at an event. So it could be like it could be like, you know, a concert, maybe like a work event, something like that. You might meet them in May. Ooh. We also have the Philippines. This person must really like to travel. We also have them. We also have Nepal, and then we also have Bosnia as well. Yeah, I definitely feel like this person loves to travel. But yeah, that was your reading pile 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on Tìandtarot. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading all about your next partner. So these are your cards. Let's get into it. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is, by the way, just like a stunning card, must say. So you have the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the 3 of Cups. You also have the 4 of Pentacles as well. Let's move that one over. You have the Well in reverse. Okay. You've got I am emotionally balanced and filled with inner peace with Lepidolite. Oh my god, I've just realised. That's crazy. You got the exact same stone that you picked. This must be a really powerful stone for you. You have balance, awareness, and transition. You also have the heart chakra and Libra. Okay, so either you or this person's a Libra, that's for sure. There's so much purple. You have the Page of Cups. You have the Queen of Swords. And then you also have menstruation in reverse. Okay. I'm definitely getting that this is a long-term relationship. It goes through its cycles. It goes through ups and downs of feeling like really attracted to this person to feeling kind of like, this is just a roommate, and then like back up and down. I also get the feeling that you guys flirt a lot. there's a very flirty energy. Even if there's no feelings behind it, you guys just flirt. But I also feel like that flirtiness is there as a self-defense mechanism to hide the fact that you guys really want a lot of care in your relationship. You want the other person to care for you, you know, and they want that as well. So I'm getting like you both want to seek out harmony, but you feel a little bit shy or embarrassed to say it. And this well card is kind of like you guys can't hide it from each other for too long. Which could be why you end up having this kind of like long journey, this long relationship together, because you end up being more honest. But with the well, it's kind of like you've got this dark secret at the bottom of the well, which is the fact that you guys want care, you want love. And the well has been tipped upside down, so that dark secret is coming out. Like, you can't hide it anymore, you know? You can't hide the fact that that's what you want. And so you're going to talk about it. You know, it goes through a cycle, especially with like the menstruation card here. It goes through a cycle of you guys needing to get things off your chest, needing to talk, sometimes feeling a lot of love for that person, sometimes feeling flirty, sometimes feeling nothing, and then back round again. You know, it's very circular, this relationship. It's constantly like you're turning a new page every time you see them, and feeling something new, and then it repeats itself. Yeah, I definitely feel like you guys flirt a lot, but especially with the Page of Cups in reverse here, that flirtation is like fueling temporary lust. I feel like you guys fall in and out of lust a lot. This could be an on again, off again person. Your next relationship could be someone you've either been with before or will continue to be with randomly, like throughout your life. I feel like with the Queen of Swords in reverse, the reason why you guys are kind of on and off again is because there's so much like lust, flirtation, kind of like superficial, on the surface kind of attraction. I feel like you guys get like heated all the time when really what you needed to do was take a step back and think about it. And so because you both act impulsively, the relationship ends. So for example, it's like, you know, I've had enough of you and breaking up with you, and then like 2 weeks later you're like, okay, I didn't mean that. But it's because you didn't give yourself that space and that time to think about what you really wanted. So you keep going on and off again with this person out of impulsivity because you were fueling a temporary lust, and whenever you fall out of lust with this person, you immediately think you must not, you know, want to be with this person anymore. But then that lust comes back, it cycles back round. And that's kind of like you guys is like, it might also have that as your dark secret in the well, which is just that you guys don't feel love for each other, you feel lust, but like no one's willing to kind of admit that. I feel like you're seeking balance, you're seeking inner peace, but this ain't it. Like, this ain't the one. So it's very on again, off again. And I feel like you guys are like in your 20s, late 20s, and you go drinking a lot. And then when you're on nights out, you argue, break up, and then get back together. That's strongly the energy of this card. I feel like you guys as well. This is really reminding me of another reading I did. I think it was pile 3 as well. But it was about your relationship karma. Just general relationship karma, not any of the relationship karma signs ones that I've been doing. It was just the regular relationship karma, and I think it was pile 3. And it was like this person is going to come in and out of your life because they're on the same trajectory as you to learn, to have these experiences, to learn about new people and meet new people. But for whatever reason, this person keeps coming back in and out of your life, and you keep having like a longer and longer term relationship each time. So I feel like this person is like a cycle, like they just come back into your life again and again, and each time it gets longer and longer. But it didn't feel like this person is your like soulmate. It just felt like this is someone you were supposed to meet and supposed to kind of be in and out with, you know, on and off again with, for a very long time. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. Yeah, I'm getting like emotionally detached from this relationship with this ice. This represents ice, this rune. So that's what I'm kind of getting, is like a cold relationship. Like, it's like cold at the bottom of the well until you're willing to talk about what it is you want, and until you're with someone who's willing to give that to you. It's always going to be this cold energy, because if they're not bringing that caring energy, then it's going to be that cold, frosty relationship. And same on your part, if you're not bringing that caring energy, then you're also going to be putting out like a colder energy. I feel like it's definitely you who's not 100% in this. I feel like you're not sure about this person, which is absolutely valid. But like, you kind of are the one in this situation who's on the fence, who's ending things, who's bringing things back, because you're not sure. And I feel like, trust your gut. Like, if you don't think it's right, or if you can't make up your mind as to whether or not it's right, then it's probably not correct. Like, that's just what I'm kind of seeing here. And this is basically about like temporary difficulties, changing of plans, delays. Like, that's very much the energy I've had here of like on and off again, temporary difficulties, then fixing it, then, you know, falling out of lust, then feeling lust again. Like, this is like strongly the theme of this relationship, of your next relationship, is on and off again feelings. Very much on your part. You also have manners, so that's like it's about kind of finding your balance and humanity, and it's like your development, things like that. So I feel like you're trying to find balance, you're trying to find a connection, and for whatever reason it's like not working with this person. It doesn't feel negative, it feels almost like silly and like rom-commy, of like almost ridiculous in terms of how theatrical this relationship is. It doesn't feel bad, it feels very entertaining for your friends and for you a little bit, but it's not like a negative relationship. It's just a goofy, non-serious one. It's not the right one, it's not the balanced one you're looking for, you know? But you guys are actually very equal to each other in the sense that you're on the exact same journey. So you're both on a journey to meet a variety of people and get to know so many different types of people out there, and, you know, get to experience humanity to its fullest, and then eventually find your person. You're both on that path. You're not each other's person, but you are both on that path, so you're equal in that sense. You also have like Tiwas with bravery, and I think the bravery comes from admitting your feelings. So I feel like eventually in the end, you'll have to make a decision about, you know, should I keep bringing this person back into my life or cut it off for good? You know, should this person stick with me or should I let them go? And I think eventually you will come to that kind of mature decision, but you are supposed to, you know, meet them and experience them. So if that's something you want to do and they want to do, then, you know, keep doing it. Go for it, you know. And this is also about a forced period of pause before renewal. I feel like you do force these pauses. I feel like you're like, nope, you cut this person off, and then it renews again. Once again, you're like, okay, actually, you know what? I like you again. I feel lust for you. So I definitely feel like so many of these were about you like pausing, putting things on pause, and then it renewing, and there being like a temporary delay or a change. So that is like strongly what's coming through in your reading. Okay, so let's find out what they look like. So we've got, this cup has like some, you know, places on it, words on it about kind of what their body might look like. We will get into, you know, facial features and things like that, but let's start off with the body, since this is such a lusty reading. Okay, so you have attractive décolletage. So this person has a really nice collarbone, and like bones in general, like they might have a really nice jawline and things like that. Stylish hair. They may get manicures as well. They have a few blemishes. They have grey eyes or grey hair, and they may also usually keep their hair in a bun. Okay, let's get into facial features now. Alrighty, so We have navy blue eyes. We have faint brows, so their brows aren't too prominent. Platinum hair, potentially. Dainty nose. Grey blue eyes, so navy blue and grey blue. And then a long nose as well. So these are the things you notice about them, first and foremost, when you meet them, that make you like them. Ooh. One fell out already, so we've got Argentina. So that might be where they're from or where they like to travel to. It could also be where you meet them, just things like that. Okay, we had a few more fly out. So we have Bosnia. Park, so you could meet them in a park, or maybe you guys like going to the park a lot together. We also have South Africa here, and let's see if there was any more, especially in terms of like month or anything like that. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, we didn't get a month, but we did get an initial, so their name could begin with an E. We also had Rwanda, and then we also had Monaco as well. Okay, so that was your reading pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on Tìandtarot. Bye.